Hello, dear students. How are you today? Hopefully, you're fine. Um, what did you do in this last week? Did you rest? Okay, I know that it was a different Easter week. Maybe you had other plans. Some of you were planning going to the camp or to the beach or visiting a relative or family. Nevertheless, guys, what happens is the best. God knows why we have to be at home, to stay at home. So, what we have to do is to accept God's will. So, today, guys, we are going to have a review of what we have been learning in math. But before starting our class, we are going to pray. So, I invite you to close your eyes and bow your heads. Heavenly Father, thank you because you are so lovely, merciful, and good with us. Thank you because your mercies are eternal and your love is also eternal. Thank you because so far you have protected us and you also have blessed us and given us what we need. We ask you again for our families, our friends, our neighbors, and also for all people around the world. I we want you to ask for um, hope and also to increase our faith to pass through this difficult situation that we are living in nowadays. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, guys. Um, we were learning the week before the last week divisions. And today we are not going to see a new topic. What we are going to do today is to review. Okay? We are going to review all the kind of divisions that we were learning. And we are going to start with page, with exercise number 1, page 105. I need you to take your math notebook and book. Remember the process in the notebook and the answers in the book. So we are going to start with exercise number 1. In this page, we have 25 exercises. I will choose one exercise from each line and I will explain you again because this one is a review, and then you are going to complete the page 105. So from the first line, I will solve exercise number 1. Okay, so in here we have 300 divided by 60. The same question that we do always in divisions is, how many numbers do you have in the divisor? 1 and 2. Okay, so as you have 2 numbers in the divisor, you are going to take also 2 numbers from the dividend. Can you divide 30 into or by 60? No, right? Why? Because 30 is less than 60. So that means that you have to take another number from the dividend. So we are going to take 0. And now we say 300 divided by 60. That is possible. So, do you know the timetable of 60? No, right? Because in here we have to write a number that you can multiply by 60, and it has to be 300 or close to 300. But as we do not know the timetable of 60, we are going to take our trick. We are going to take only number 6 from here And from here, we are going to take 3 and 0. So we can say 30 divided by 6 is 5, right? Because 5 times 6 is 30. But now remember that this one, we did this trick only to find out what number we are going to use in the quotient. Now that we have number 5 in the quotient, remember that you have to multiply 5 times 60 or 60 times 5. Let's do it apart. 5 times 0, 0. 5 times 6, 30. And it's exactly 300. So we're writing here 300, and 300 minus 300, 0. In this case, in number 1, the answer is 5 and remainder 0. So it's not necessary for you to write remainder 0. Okay, when the remainder is 0, you don't have to write it. Now let's solve exercise number 2. Well, no, not number 2. You have to solve number 2, 3, and 4. Let's go to the second line, and from the second line, I will solve number 5 with you. Number 5. We are going to solve right now number 5. In number 5, we have 308 divided by 38. The same question. How many numbers in the divisor? 1, 2. So we are going to take 2 numbers from the dividend. 1, 2. But can you divide 30 by 38? No, because 38 is greater than 30. So we need to take another number from the dividend. And we say 308 divided by 38. And let's look for a number that you can write in here. And you have to multiply that number by 38. And the result has to be 308 or close to 308. So as we do not know the timetable of 38, we are going to use our trick. Our trick says that you have to take 3, and from here, remember that here we have 3, okay? But when we have 3 divided by 3, you are going to say, 1. But what happens? If you multiply 1 times 38, it's going to be only 38. And in the remainder, you are going to have a very big remainder, and that is not possible. And you are saying in here that 38 fits in 308 only once, and it's not okay. So when we have 3 in here, and in here also we have 3, better for you to take the 0 also, or the next number. So we can say 30 divided by 3. What number from 1 to 9? Remember that in the quotient, we can use only one number at a time. So tell me one number from 1 to 9 that you can use in the quotient and that you can multiply by 3, and it's going to be close to 30 or 30. What number is that? Okay, number 9, right? Because 9 times 3 is 27. Okay, but remember that you have to multiply 9 not only times 3. You have to multiply 9 times 38. So let's do it apart. Or 38 times 9. 9 times 8, 72. 2 in here and 7 in here, okay? 9 times 3, 27. Plus 7, 34. So can you use this number, 342, in here? No, right? Because if you have to subtract, this number is greater than this. So that means that you have to use a number less than 9. But so let's try with number 8. Let's use number 8 in here. And let's multiply 38 times 8. 8 times 8, 64, okay? 8 times 3, 24, plus 6, 30. Excellent. Now, this number, it's possible to use it in here, 304, because it's less than 308. And now we subtract and we say 8 minus 4, 4. 0 minus 0, 0, and 3 minus 3, 0. In this case, guys, we have that the answer in number 5 is 8, and we have a remainder. Remainder 4. Okay? Okay, now from the third line, I will solve exercise number 10. Remember that you have to complete these exercises, all the exercises of this page. But I am solving some of them just for you to remember, like a review, okay? So, in the third line, I will solve exercise number 10. And we ask the same. How many numbers do you have in the divisor? 1, 2. As we have only 2 numbers in the divisor, we are going to take only 2 numbers from the dividend. But tell me, can you divide 17 into 36? No, because 17 is less. Okay, so we take another one, another number, and now we have 172 divided by 36. What number can you multiply by 36 that is going to be 172 or close to 172? We don't know the timetable of 36, so we have to use our trick. We take number 3 from here, and from here we are going to take 1 and 7. So we can say 17 divided by 3. What number can you multiply by 3 and it's going to be 17 or close to 17? 5, right? Because 5 times 3 is 15. It's very close to 17. So, but now, guys, remember that we do this trick just to find out what number you are going to use in the quotient. Now you have to multiply 5 times 36 or 36 times 5. And let's do it apart. 5 times 6, 30, and 3 here. 5 times 3, 15, and 3, 18. Do you think we can use this number 180? No, right? Because it's greater than 172 and we cannot subtract. So that means that instead of 5, we have to use another number, and we are going to try with number 4 because it has to be less than 5 because the result was too big. So we are going to multiply 4 times 36. 4 times 6, 24. Excellent. 4 times 3, 12 plus 2, 14. Okay, now can we use 144? Yes, now it's possible to say 172 minus 144. So what we are going to do right now, we have to subtract 2 minus 4. It is possible to say 2 minus 4? No, right? That means that 7 becomes number 6. And 2 becomes 12 because 7 is going to lend a unit to number 2. Now we say 12 minus 4. What is the answer? Exactly, number 8. And now we say 6 minus 4, 2. Okay? So I want you guys to look at the dividend. Can we continue dividing? Do we use all the numbers that are in the dividend? No, right? It's missing number 8. So what do we have to do with number 8? We have to bring down number 8. Excellent. So now we have 288 divided by 36. We are going to do the same trick. We are going to take only number 3 from here, and from here we are going to take 28. And what number can we use that you can multiply by 3 and it's going to be 28 or close to 28? 9, right? But if you remember when we used 9, it was too big. So let's use number 8. Let's try with number 8. So that means that you have to multiply 8 times 36. Let's do it apart. We are going to multiply 8 times 36. 8 times 6? 48. Excellent. 8 in here and 4 in here. 8 times 3? 24 plus 4? 28. And now if you see, it's exactly the amount that we have in here. So we say 288 minus 288, it's going to be 0. That means that in number 10, the answer is 48 only. Okay, guys, now let's go to the fourth line. In the fourth line, I will solve and explain to you exercise 15. Remember that this is a review, so it's supposed you already know how to divide this, but we are going to review, okay? Okay, guys, let's continue. In exercise 15, we have 7,298 divided by 82. So we are going to do the same question. How many numbers do we have in the divisor? 1 and 2. So we are going to take 1 and 2 from the dividend. But 72 is less than 82. And we need to be greater. So we are going to take another number. We are going to take number 9. And now we have 729 divided by 82. So we are going to use our trick and we will take only number 8 from here. And from here we are going to take 72. What number can you use here that you can multiply by 8 and it's going to be 72 or less than 72? 9, right? Because 9 times 8 is 72. So now we have to multiply 9 times 82. So let's do it apart. 82 times 9. So 9 times 2, 18. 8 in here and 1 in here. 9 times 8, 72 and 1, 73. Can we use 738 in here? No, right? Because it's greater than 729. So that means that we have to use a number less than 9 in here. So let's try with 8. And we are going to multiply 8 times 82. 8 times 2, 16. 8 times 8, 64 plus 1, 65. Okay, now we write 656 in here, and then we subtract. 9 minus 6, 3. Excellent. 2 minus 5? It cannot be possible because 2 is less than 5. So number 7 becomes 6 and number 2 becomes 12 because 7 lends a unit to 2. 12 minus 5, exactly number 7. And 6 minus 6, 0. Now what do we have to do next? Look at the dividend. Do you have another number that you can bring down? Yes, number 8. So we are going to take number 8 down. And now we have 738 divided by 82. So we are going to use our trick. By here I'm going to use 8 and by here we are going to use 73. And what number can we use to multiply by 8 that is going to be 73 or less than 73? This time let's try with 9. 9 times 8 is 72, so it's very close to 73. Let's try. I think it's going to be okay. So we multiply 9 times 82. 9 times 2, 18. Okay. 9 times 8, 72 plus 1, 73. And we have exactly the amount that we have in here. Okay. So we say 738 minus 738, 0. So that means that the answer in number 15 is 89. Okay, now let's go to the other line, line number 5. And from line number 5, I will solve exercise 18. Okay, exercise 18. In exercise 18, we have $110.50 divided by 26. If you notice in here, this dividend has decimals, but we are not going to do anything right now with the decimals until the end, okay? So let's start as always. How many numbers in the divisor? 2. So we are going to take 2 numbers from the dividend. Now let me ask you something. Here you have 11. Can you divide 11 by 26? 11 candies by 26 children? No, right? So you need more candies to be sure with the 26 students or children. So we are going to take another number and we take number 0. Now we have 110 divided by 26. Now it's possible. But do you know the timetable of 26 to find a number that you can multiply by 26 and it's going to be 110 or less? No, right? We don't know the timetable of 26, but we do know the timetable of 2. So we are going to do our trick. By here I take number 2 and by here I will take number 11. What number can you write in the quotient that you can multiply by 2 and it's going to be 11 or close to 11? 5, right? Because 5 times 2 is 10. So let's try it. Let's write 5 in here, but now we are not going to multiply 5 times 2. We have to multiply 5 times 26. So we are going to do it apart. 26 times 5. Okay, let me erase this part from here. 5 times 6, 30, and 3 for here. 5 times 2, 10, excellent, plus 3, 13. Can you use 130 in here? No, right? Because here we have 110 and 130 is greater than 110. So that means that we have to use a number less than 5. Let's try with number 4. And now we are going to multiply 4 times 26. 4 times 6, 24. Excellent. 4 in here and 2 for there. 4 times 2, 8 plus 2, 10. Okay, now we can use that number because it's less than 110. And we have 104. And then we subtract. And we say 0 minus 4. Can you say that? No. So that means that number 1 becomes 0. And 0 becomes 10 because number 1 lends a unit to number 10. So 10 minus 4 to number 0, sorry. 10 minus 4, 6. Excellent. And now remember that number 1 became 0. 0 minus 0, 0. And 1 minus 1, 0. Always you have to see that the remainder that we have in here has to be less than the divisor. If the remainder is greater, it means that the division is not correct. So always verify that. So that means that so far our division is okay. Now, can you continue dividing? Do you have more numbers in the dividend that you can bring down? Yes, right? So we are going to bring down number 5. Okay? And now we have 65 divided by 26. So we are going to do our trick. We are going to take number 2 from here and 6 from here. What number can you multiply by 2 in here? What number? That it's going to be 6 or close to 6? 3, right? Because 3 times 2 is 6. So, but now we are going to multiply 3 times 26. So let's do it. 3 times 6, 18. 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7. Can you use 78 in here? No, right? Because 78 is greater than 65. So that means that we have to use a number less than 3. So that means that we have to erase it from here. So let's use number 2. So we have to multiply 2 times 26. So let's do it in here. 2 times 6, 12, and 1 from here. 2 times 2, 4, exactly, and 1, 5. Excellent. So now we can write in here 52, and then we subtract. 5 minus 2, 3. Excellent. And 6 minus 5, 1. Look, this one is our remainder. We check the remainder with the divisor and we say that the remainder is less than the divisor. So that means that our division is going well. Now, let's see again to the dividend. Do we have another number that we can bring down? Yes, number 0. We haven't used number 0. So bring down number 0. And now we have 130 divided by 26. So we are going to use our trick. And we are going to take only number 2 from here. And from here we are going to take 13. What number can you use here that you can multiply by 2 and it's going to be 13 or close to 13? 5, right? Because 5 times 2 is 10. It's very close to 13. So let's try with 5. But now we have to multiply 5 times 26. So let's do that. Or 26 times 5, that is the same. 5 times 6, 30, and 3 here. 5 times 2, 10 plus 3, 13. And if you see, it's exactly the amount that we have in here. So we write 130 and then we subtract. And 130 minus 130 is 0. So that means that the answer in number 18 is 425, or something is missing. Look at the dividend. Exactly. It's missing the sign of dollar. Remember that if you have sign of dollar in here, you have to have sign of dollar in here. Okay? So it's missing the sign of dollar, and what else? Exactly, here you have a decimal. And how many numbers do you have after the decimal point? 2 decimals, number 5 and number 0. So that means that in the answer here you have to have also 2 decimals. So let's count them. 1, 2. So the decimal point has to be here. And now our answer is $4.25. Okay? So remember this, guys. If you have the sign of dollar, you have to write the sign of dollar. And if you have decimals, you have to count how many decimals you have, and you have to have the same amount of decimals in the answer, in the result. Okay? So now, guys, let's go to the next line. From the next line, I will solve exercise 21. Okay, 21 says 77,595 divided by 96. So the same question, how many numbers do you have in the divisor? 2. So you take 2 numbers from the dividend. Now, it is possible to divide 77 into 96? No, because 77 is less than 96. So we need another number, 5. So now we say 775 divided by 96. Okay, now it's possible. Now you have to find a number here in the quotient that you can multiply by 96, and the result has to be 775 or close to 775. But do you know the timetable of 96 to find this number of here? No, right? So we are going to use our trick. And you already know the timetable of 9. So we are going to use 9 from here, and from here we are going to use 77. What number can you multiply by 9 and that is going to be 77 or close to 77? Excellent. Number 8, because if you multiply 8 times 9 is going to be 72. But now remember that this trick, we only use this trick to find this number. Once you find a number, you have to multiply the number by 96. So we have to multiply 96 times 8. 8 times 6, 48. Excellent. 8 in here and 4 here. 8 times 9, 72. Excellent. Plus 4, 76. Can you use 768 in here? Yes, because it's less than 775, and then we subtract. So let's subtract. And we say 5 minus 8. It's not possible because 5 is less than 8. So number 7 becomes 6. because it's going to lend a unit to number 5, and number 5 becomes 15. So 15 minus 8 is exactly number 7. And 6 minus 6, 0. And 7 minus 7, 0. Now if you see, this one is our remainder. The remainder has to be less than the divisor. In that way you check if you are dividing okay. So far the division is going well. So let's continue and let's see if we have in the dividend a number that you can bring down. Yes, number 9. We haven't used number 9. So we bring down number 9. And now we say 79 divided by 96. But in here we have a problem. 79 is less than 96. So we cannot divide. So what do we need? We need the other number that is in here. We need this to bring down number 5. But as you already brought down number 9 and it was not enough, you need permission. And how do you get that permission? Exactly, adding a 0 in the quotient. Only if you add a 0 in the quotient, you are going to have the permission to bring down number 5. Remember that we add 0 in the quotient when we bring down a number from the dividend. In this case, we brought down number 9, and 79 was not enough, and we had to bring down another number, number 5. So before bringing down another number, so you have to get the permission. That's why you have to add 0 in the quotient. Now we have 795 divided by 96. Okay? Excellent. So let's do our trick. In our trick, we are going to use only 9 from here because we know the timetable of 9. And from here, we are going to use 79. What number can you use close to that when you multiply that number by 9, it's going to be 79 or close to 79? 8, right? The same number that we used first, number 8. And now we have to multiply 8 times 96. And in here we already have it. This one is the answer, so we don't have to do it again. So we have that 768. And now we subtract. 5 minus 8? You cannot subtract 5 minus 8 because 5 is less. That means that number 9 becomes 8. And number 5 becomes 15. 15 minus 8? 7. Excellent. And 8 minus 6? 2. And 7 minus 7? 0. Do we have another number from the dividend that you can bring down? No, we already used all the numbers. We brought down all the numbers. So that means that the answer in number 21 is 808, remainder 27. Okay. And the last exercise that we are going to do from the last line is exercise 25. Exercise 25. And it says 36,482 divided by 58. How many numbers do you have in the divisor? 2. So you are going to take 2 numbers from the dividend. But what happens? 36 is less than 58. So that means that you need to take another number from the dividend. So we have now 364 divided by 58. So the same question, what number in the quotient can you multiply by 58? And that is going to be 364 or close to 364. To find that number immediately, you have to know the timetable of 58, and we do not know the timetable of 58. So that means that we need to use our trick, our little trick. So in our trick, to find the number that we need in here, in our trick, we are going to take only number 5, and from here we are going to take 3 and 6. Why 3 and 6? Because if we only take number 3, 3 is less than 5. So we need to be greater. So 36. What number can you multiply by 5? What number can be here that you can multiply by 5 and it's going to be 36 or close to 36? Exactly, number 7, because 7 times 5 is 35. But now remember that this trick, we use it only to find out the number in here. But once that you have the number in here, we need to multiply this number times 58. So that is what we are going to do right now, okay? So we are going to multiply 58 times 7. 7 times 8, 56. 6 in here and 5 in here. 7 times 5, 35 plus 5, 40. Tell me, can we use 406 if in here we have 364? No, right? Because 406 is greater than 364. So that means that in here we have to use a number less than 7. So let's try with number 6. And also here we are going to try with number 6. 6 times 8, 48. Excellent. 6 times 5, 30 plus 4, 34. Now, here we have 348 that we can use it in here because it's less than 364. And now we subtract. Can you say 4 minus 8? No, right? Because 4 is less. So number 6 becomes 5 and number 4 becomes 14 because 6 lends a unit to number 4. So 14 minus 8, 6, excellent. And 5 minus 4, 1. And if you see here, we have the remainder 16. We compare with this one and we can see that 16 is less than 58. So that means that our division is going well. So now let's go to the dividend. Can we bring down another number from the dividend to continue dividing? Yes, we can bring down number 8. And now we have 168 divided by 58. So we are going to use our trick. We take number 5 from here and from here 16. What number can go here that you can multiply by 5 and it's going to be 16? 3, right? 3 times 5 is 15. It's very close to 16. So now we have to multiply 3 times 58. And we do it in here. 3 times 8, 24, 4 in here and 2 here. 3 times 5, 15 plus 2, 17. Can we use that one? No, ¿verdad? Right? Because this one is less than 168. So that means that we have to use a number less than 3. So let's try with number 2. Oh, sorry. And let's let's multiply 58 times 2. 2 times 5, 2 times 8, sorry, 16. Okay. 2 times 5, 10 plus 1, 11. So now we write 116 in here and then we subtract. 8 minus 6, 2. 6 minus 1, 5. Let's compare. 52 is less than 58. Yes, so that means that our division is going well. Now, let's go to the dividend. Do we have another number that we can use? Bring down to continue dividing? Yes, number 2. So we take down number 2 and we say 522 divided by 58. Let's use our trick and we say 5, and in here we are going to take, remember that in here, if we have 5, we take another one, 52. So what number can we use to multiply by 5 that is going to be 52 or close to 52? But remember that the number that we are going to write in here has to be from 1 to 9. What is the number from 1 to 9 that is going to be the closest number that you can multiply by 5 and it's going to be the 52 or close to 52? 9, right? Because if we multiply 9 times 5, it's going to be 45. It's very close to 52. But now remember that we have to multiply 9 times 58. So let's do it in here. Or 58 times 9. 9 times 8, 72. 2 in here and 7 in here. Excellent. 9 times 5, 45 plus 7, 52, right? And look, we have it exactly. So we write it in here and then we say 522 minus 522 is going to be 0. Now, let's see if we have another number in the dividend that we can bring down. No, right? We already finished. So that means that the answer in number 25 is 629. Okay, guys, I hope this review was useful for you to remember how to divide. If you didn't understand some exercises, play the video again because we don't have another way to do it. Okay, and I need you to do your effort. So if you didn't understand one of the exercises, pause the video and play the video again until you understand the exercise. Now guys, what you are going to do is to complete page 105. Okay, so here you have it. Look, you have to go to page 105 in the page that we were working right now, and you have to complete all the page. Remember that I need photos of your book and also your notebook, please. I need to see that you are working in the process. So I need to see the process. So send me a picture of your book and also of your notebook. Okay, so see you tomorrow and do the exercises.